everybody, it's Jean, and I'm back with my chunky, and I've been having some good time. You know what I did? I just grabbed the camera when I was working, and I do have kind of a hard time chatting anymore while I'm working because it kind of spoils the fun of the working to have to chat sometimes. So anyway, I went ahead and turned the camera on, and I thought, well, maybe you'd enjoy just seeing just kind of what I'm doing. And I have a lot of papers that are sitting around on my desk, and I just needed to either put them away or put them in a book. And so I opened up my little chunky journal, which is really just a non-thinking, fun gluing, and just putting things together that pleases me in a way to keep things like the little cat that's on the side of the page there. It's a way that little drawings that I make that don't get lost, or little papers that I like that I just want to enjoy. And I do love a lot of the background papers and so forth. Pictures I like. Just a motley collection of a bunch of things that mean something to me, and I want to keep them. So I have fun gluing them down like a little scrapbook. And I put the cat on there on that side, and then I found this sheet of footprints, and I thought, oh wow, well I'll just go ahead and use these and make footprints. And then I realized, well, they're kind of going the wrong direction. And I thought, well, I just need to make up a little story here about how this cat learned to walk backwards. And the reason for walking backwards is because the cat had found out on the internet that walking backwards is kind of a way of protecting your knees. And this whole story is not really a made-up story because I was watching the internet. I mean, I was watching a story, and it came up that it's really a good idea to walk backwards during the day for a little bit every day, because it's good. It's good for your knees, and it helps you to retain balance and so forth. So anyway, so I thought, well, great. That's really super. And so now I'm kind of incorporated that into my little story there of the cat. I wish I could remember exactly what it is that I read about the walking backwards thing, but anyway. And I do think I mentioned in another video about my making a reverse picture, that you kind of glue a picture on there and you pull it off and it leaves the image on a paper. Well, that's what that is there that I'm gluing down. That's one of those. It was not successful, and it was very hard to do. And I did those not even last year, or maybe not even the year before, but I did them a really long time ago. And I kept them because they were interesting, but they're not really beautiful. They're just kind of interesting. So anyway, so I did keep them, and then I thought, well, okay, it's kind of in this. I grabbed one of these boxes that I have a lot of papers in, and it was in that box, and I thought, This is a good time to use it. We'll just go ahead and throw it on that page because the colors work. Now, this green gingham is a favorite of mine, and I don't even think they use it anymore, but that's a Cracker Barrel bag from years ago, back when I lived in Florida, and it seemed like we went to Cracker Barrel a lot back then. Well, it was nearby, and anyway, I had a lot of green bags, and that was my last one. But I don't think they give away the green bags anymore, the green gingham. And then this paper, I was kind of wanting to do kind of a neutral page and just do kind of backgrounds. I wasn't really wanting to do much thinking. I just wanted to just mindlessly get rid of all these papers on my desk and make them a little cohesive, but not really worry too much about it or overthinking it. And I do like to I do like to try and match things a little bit, but like this one side is kind of all text, and then the other side is kind of like a different theme. But it's probably best if I would try to do a double spread of similar. But I'm not like that. I'm just mindlessly gluing, and we'll see what happens. Because when it comes time to add things to the pages, I might fit. Oh, and then this is a little drawer. It's like a sliding drawer that I figured out how to get it all the way out. And it's so much better for me to use it instead of using the top of the desk. However, I have noticed often when I'm looking back and editing, I find that things are hanging over the top of the desk. And you can see them, and they kind of get in the way. And sometimes I have to do the voiceovers because every time I turn a page, you hear the page scrape across the top of the top of the desk. So anyway, I think I've gotten worse and worse at this YouTube thing as time goes on. Because I just get more and more careless. But of course, my whole philosophy from the very beginning of doing this YouTube thing was, I'm not perfect. If I have to be perfect, I don't want to do it. And my stuff is kind of messy, and my stuff is fun for me to look at, and I don't ever try to sell things because they're not really great. But I like them. To me, if I look at things with kind of a squint and you see, you get the full effect of what I'm envisioning. It doesn't always get there, but I still I just enjoy it so much. Now this page is going to be a double spread, and what it is all the leftover pieces that are laying on my desk from the Disney journal that I made. My daughter and my granddaughter. My granddaughter bought my daughter a trip to Disney World for her birthday, and they left on Friday and they're coming back tomorrow, and they did the Not So Scary Halloween party, and then they did the Hollywood Studios because they wanted to see the Fantasia thing, or Fantastic. I don't remember what that was. But anyway, there was something they wanted to see, particularly at Hollywood Studios. So those are the 2 days that they had for Disney. So anyway, so I made them just a little journal to share. And neither one of them like anything that's antique-y looking or torn or rough or anything. So I happened to have this book of Disney stuff, and I just used those Disney papers. And these are the leftover pieces. And now I have a page, and when they publish some pictures or send me some pictures of their trip, which I have 2 already, I'm going to print those out and put them on there because this is all background. So, anyway, it was really fun to make the little journal. It's not a journal that I love, but I think they like it because it kind of has a new look to it, and it has plenty of room to write down their memories and their plans and to put pictures in. And if they save anything, like, they're not big savers. So I don't know how much will go into the journal. But anyway, I had a lot of fun making it, especially for them. And I featured the Hollywood Studios and the Magic Kingdom parks in the journal. So, because I knew those were the 2 that they had tickets for. So anyway, and they got to do a lot of things too. They they had chance to do swimming, and they went to several restaurants in different places, and they went to Disney Springs. They just really packed in all everything for this weekend. So I was really glad that they had this time, to do things together. Now, this sheet of, I stuffed this in the trash. I thought, I am never going to use it. My grandson has not ever wanted to put faces on things, and I was just stuffing these stickers into the trash. And I thought, no, don't do that. Just put the stickers on on one of the pages as a background. But then when I started putting the stickers together, I could see I was making little pictures. So I was actually quite pleased with my little pictures that kind of came about accidentally, because I was just going to stick them on all over the page as a background, which would have been fine too. That would have been perfectly fine. But anyway, I had a lot of fun with this, and I kind of like my little guys. I probably should name them. In fact, if you can think of a name for any one of these, I think there's three characters, put it in the comments. I'd love to have little names for these guys, and I'll write down the name, and if you if you give me a name, I'll write it in as a little journal note what the name is and who gave me the idea. So anyway, these are kind of fun. I might develop it a little more. I might do a little background stuff, but I just kind of like them, just as a surprise when I turn the page. So anyway, I'm kind of working all over the place in this book. I'm looking for empty pages, and I'm trying to keep it close enough that you can actually see what's going on in them. Sometimes I have trouble when I watch videos. I can't really see too much what they're doing, even if I'm watching it on TV. So I like to keep things somewhat close. Now these guys, Amy from Doki Doki Forest had made some wing papers, glittery, shimmery papers to do wings with. So I said, well, I'm going to make some of those, and I'll make some wings and make some fairies. So this is my little test. And So I made the papers, several weeks ago. And so I thought, well, okay, let's see. Let's see if I can make some wings that look somewhat real. And they do to me. They might not to anybody else, but it's definitely, it was definitely a little challenge to make wings that had any kind of realistic look to them. But these little fairies are my special little guys. I'd like to do more fairy things. I'd like to make a fairy journal. That'd be kind of fun to do. I would have a really good time with that. Now this one, I made much bigger wings. And so this one, gosh, I just wonder, almost looks like an angel rather than a fairy, but I'm going to call them fairies because this one's a huntress. And let's see, what can she, she's probably out hunting, I can't even think what she could be hunting. Hunting, well, what do I eat? I eat chicken, so she's probably out hunting chickens, wild chickens. I'll have to think about that, what she's hunting, because I hate for anybody to go out and just hunt animals. I'm not a huntress. Maybe she's not a huntress. Maybe she's an archer just using targets, not animals. Okay, well, I got this out, and this was kind of going to be a black and white page, and I thought, I don't know, I think I want to put that on there. So I glued it down, and I pulled it right back up, because I said, no, I want to keep this as a black and white page. That's a little sketch I did that's been kicking around. And the paper is some deli paper from a basket that they use sometimes in baskets when they serve up deli food. So anyway, so I stuck this here. Just one of the things I like to do when I'm if I'm not doing backgrounds, I don't always fill the whole page. I just put little things on as I think of them. So I went ahead and stuck it on that page. Then here's some more papers. I'm back to my background stuff, and this one was just a page I had underneath catch drips and to try and keep my desk somewhat clean when I was working. And of course it's a mess, and so it's perfect for a background, I think. And I kind of like it. So anyway, we'll start with this, and we'll kind of get a page going here. And I actually did a little bit more than backgrounds. I was testing out my new stencils with some different colors. I think I just put some color on something that was slick, and then just sponged in some of the stencils. And I don't know, I've never been very good at stencil, but the best way to learn is by doing it, and doing it when it doesn't really matter, and as a background piece. And I kind of like the fall colors and the neutral look, and it kind of matched, I think, some of the paint on the other page. Not that I'm trying to get these to match. I'm just, like I say, I'm grabbing anything off my desk to get rid of it. Mostly stuff that probably should go directly into the trash. Let's see, this was just part of a package that I saved some tape off of. And I just, like I say, I had little bits and pieces, flotsam and jetsam, I guess you'd have to say, all over my desk. And I'm just, instead of having to put it away, I'm just gluing it in here, and we'll see how it all turns out. But I love those colors, and I don't want to make it fussy. I just want to just glue things down, and then when when the page is covered, leave it alone and don't even think about it. And then one day come across something, and you'll put a focal point there, and then add to it and build around it. So so that's I do kind of like to do that. I just kind of like to spend time. If I'm not feeling particularly creative, I like to just glue backgrounds. Just glue backgrounds in. So anyway, but as it happened, in this one, I actually found a piece of paper with a drawing on it that I had made, a couple years ago. And I know you all have seen this. It's in one of those catalogs everybody had that had holiday things in it. And I think it might have even gone on one of my Instagram posts. But so anyway, I pulled that out, and I thought, well, gosh, that just kind of matches that. Oh. Now, I didn't see that, but I did have some of this when I was gluing some of from the packages. I thought, well, I'll put that white on. And I thought, no, I'll put that on the black and white page. That's what it's for. That's where it would be good. And here's the rest of the label. Kind of works out really nice in there, I thought. I still have plenty more to do on that. But anyway, I'm just kind of all over in this one. But here's that picture. It's just something I sketched, and then I watercolored it in. Oh gosh, I mean, it had to have been 2 or 3 years ago, at least. So it's kind of actually even faded, and it's been kicking around. And it was in a box that, like I say, I picked up a box that I haven't looked into for a long time, and was pulling some papers out of that, and this was there. I thought, oh, well, that's really super, and it just kind of blends in. It seems like it'd be a good focal point. And even though I'm not doing focal points right now, I'm supposed to be doing backgrounds, I don't limit myself. I just do what I want to do. And if it pops up, then I just do it. I just have fun with it. And I liked how it turned out. But then I found these, I cut that extra piece out, and I thought, I'll probably ruin it. I'll probably tear it, and then it'll be ruined. But it worked out pretty well. But the legs are so light on this little girl. I'm going to have to color it in and put in some socks or something on her, because you really can't see her legs very well. But I found these little birds, and I was kind of antiquing that one a little bit, because I thought, boy, that's the perfect one. But then I felt like I antiqued it too dark, so I cut out the next one and tried to do some fussy cutting, and not quite as I didn't darken it quite as much across the bottom of it, because I realized I do have a white background there, and I thought that looked better. But now that I'm looking back on this, I really think that one looks better. But anyway, this is the one that got glued in. I went back and forth quite a few times, but that's the one that got glued in that spot. And it'll probably irritate me. But I went ahead and I put the other one over on the other side, and I don't even know if I'll get the third one out. So I've grabbed this other piece of paper, and I liked it, but I didn't like the stars, so I cut the stars off. Everything else kind of works, but I cut the stars off. So there, so that's in there. Then, I found this little card from Janet Nash, and I know that came a long time ago. And that's the Chateau Diaries card that she had, that she sent to me, because she and I both watched the Chateau Diaries. If anybody else watches them, let me know. Put it in the comments. But anyway, she decorated inside, and I think I must have won one of her drawings to get it. But anyway, I was really pleased that she picked that out, because she does seem to be very careful about when she sends something, because she knows us. She usually sends something that's very very much designed for us. So anyway, I did get that a while ago, and I've had it for a while, and I thought, well, I'll go ahead and I'll just stick that in if I find a good place for it, and that seemed like the perfect page. I was really happy with it. So, and then this is some more stenciling I did. I think I did even a better job on this stenciling. So that's pretty cool. I actually like that. Now, that's a good background stencil, and it'll get something over the top of it eventually. When I'm looking for a place to put something, that place will be all ready. And some washi tape. I like to glue down washi tape, because washi tape doesn't usually stick very well for me. So anyway, I actually like this page. Now, did I tell you that picture on the other side is a canvas that I cut out? I had picked it up at the bins, and I thought I'd use it, and then I picked it up deliberately to make sure that I would cut it out and put it in one of the books. But then again, like everything else, it kicks around for about 2 years before I actually do anything with it. So I was pleased that I got around to cutting that one out. There's another one in here a little bit later on that is another canvas that I cut out, but it's an actual oil painting, and it has a lot of texture. So I think I got a good close-up of it. Yeah, I didn't put it in today, but I think when I'm flipping through the magazine, through the journal, looking for places to put things, I think I ran across that page. So anyway, I'm looking for things to do here. I was going to use that as a pocket, and then I decided to go ahead and just glue that in. I'm just going to glue that in. There's no need for it to be pulled out, because this is a junk journal. It's not really a daily journal where I need to have a lot of writing things. So, yeah. My Chunky Junkie isn't really a journal to do much writing in. It's just really more of a visual thing. So I didn't really need to have a journal card in there. So anyway, so we're still kind of playing around. I did need to get that edge put down. It's kind of near the fold in the book. And when it's stiff like that, you have to make sure you get a good glue down on it. Now, this Wonder Woman I thought was perfect, because I think that lady in that picture is a Wonder Woman, because I actually put her in there in the middle of all those pin cushions. But I think people who can make pin cushions and things like that are really pretty talented. So anyway, well, there's that picture. I knew it was there. I knew it was coming up somewhat. but that was an oil painting canvas that I picked up at the bins for nothing, and I thought it was too pretty to get burned up, but I don't have room on my walls to hang it up. So I've about done for the day, but I did find a bag of embroidered flowers under a pile of things that I had. Let me tell you, I really should give a shot here about what my desk looks like. But I thought, let me pull these out and see if I'll see what I can use here. And I kind of like those. I thought they were a little bit different. So this is kind of fun. I like the flowers. They're not pure black and white, but I think they are okay on this page. Anyway, it was fun to play around with it, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So anyway, so that's kind of what I've been working on, and that's what I've been doing. I did this page after I did all the other ones, and I didn't realize the camera wasn't running. But anyway, I'm gonna say goodbye, and thanks for watching, and it was a lot of fun. This is from Daphne's diary, and it was just kind of a cute page, and I thought, ooh, sleep sounds pretty good to me. Sleeping and dreaming. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Thanks again for being here. Bye-bye.